This one is especially for Miss Stephanie from Stephanie's Kitchen. She was asking me about drying basil. This is basil here, and it's a pretty big plant. And I have a few of these kicking around the yard. Not kicking around, but they're just here and they need to be cut. But I wanted to also mention that when you see this kind of thing, the little flower spike on the basil, you can cut it. And if you keep cutting off the flower spike, you'll have more leaves. It keeps the plant making leaves as opposed to making flowers and seeds. If it goes to seed, then it's gonna die, because the point of an annual, like a basil plant or whatever, is to make seeds. So once its lot in life is done, then it's done. But if it doesn't realize that it's already made flowers and seeds, then it'll continue to make leaves, and hopefully it'll continue to live longer. It doesn't go on forever, but you might be able to keep a nice basil plant leafing out until autumn. So I'm going to cut these to put them to dry. And yeah, you can be that severe, because they just grow right back. Well, this whole stem right here is left, so it's okay. It'll grow back. I could possibly cut that too, but I don't want to. I think I have enough for now. I'm just making little little roots on the sides. Interesting. Yeah, here's another one. It's a good one. Alright, so I'm going to take those and bring them in the house to dry. Okay, I'm in the house, and so I decided to, before I put stuff to dry, I'm just going to take some basil, just a few sprigs, stick it in a vase to stay fresh, so that I have nice fresh basil when I'm ready to cook. I think I'm going to make a lasagna tonight. So I have a couple peppers, and I have this nice cucumber, and I have a few fennel sprigs to throw in a salad with a cucumber, and maybe some these nice hard, almost ripe peaches. They're sweet, but they're hard, so they're firm and they're good in salad. And I also have hold on a second. I have this nice little Japanese tree fillet tomato. It's the first ripe one that I have. So I'm going to throw that in a salad. I'm going to have that tonight for dinner, I think. So when I make my sauce, I'll throw some of these nice bright fresh leaves in there. Okay, so here I am in my kitchen, and it's as simple as pie. I gotta say, I know for you it would be simple as pie, Miss Stephanie, because you make pie. But right here I have a twist tie. This is actually one of those things that comes off of asparagus. I like to save these because they're nice and wide and long, but it's just a little wire. You can use a piece of twine, or you could use an elastic band. I like to basically just tie it up nice and tight, kind of make a little bit of a loop with this. And then this is how it's tied, and this is how it's hung. So I'm basically just going to hang it like this, by this little thing here. I'll show you that in a minute. And then there's this over here, which is the loose leaves that fell off as I was collecting them, or just when I was taking it out of the bag. I'm just going to stack these leaves. As you can see, I have a pin here with a head, nice long pin with a head. And I just stack a few leaves. So should I do all these? You know, obviously you're going to save some of these for your immediate cooking. And, yeah, see, here's the one that I had just picked with the flour on it. This is perfectly edible too. So I'm just going to take this and just poke the pin through, and I'm going to put this on my my bulletin board to dry. Okay, so it's been 19 days since I picked my basil, and I just wanted to show you that this one here that I decided to put to, just sit in the water so that it could be fresh. It made roots, so it's kind of growing. I put it by the window now, so whenever I want a little basil, I just take a few leaves, and I may or may not put this in some soil. I think I will, actually, because I'm sure it'll do a lot better, and it actually will grow. It seems healthy enough. It's only getting enough sun. Anyway, I wanted to show you real quick that this morning I'm making a little tomato paste. Actually, that's why I did this. So I can take a few leaves, show you how I do this. So, just like that, I got me some fresh basil to put into my tomato paste. This has been cooking for about 10-15 minutes now. I'll put a link to the procedure. I started making tomato paste last year, and excuse me. It's a pretty simple process, but it takes a while. Anyway, this is the finished product. I know I said I think that it was going to take about a week. It's taken about 3 weeks, no more than 3 weeks. And, excuse me, I'm going to take the leaves off now so that I can put the basil away, basically. So this is basically all you do. You just take the leaves off, and once it's dry, you just take the leaves off. Use scissors if you like. It's not necessary at all, but you can. And that's what you got. You got dried basil. I would recommend that you leave the leaves whole, so that when you go to cook with them, they have the maximum amount of flavor still. Excuse me. So, yeah, so that they have the maximum amount of essential oils. Leave them whole. And when you're about to cook with them, you just take a few leaves and just chuck it into whatever you're cooking. So I'm going to peel off these little leaves off of the stem and show you when I'm done. Okay, so that tomato paste is done. I think it cooked for about half an hour, but this is just a very little amount. I think it was only about maybe a dozen tomatoes. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to put the link in the description below for the instructions to make tomato paste. So I got this metal canister, and I'm going to put the leaves in there. But I also wanted to show you that the stems are also good. You can save the stems if you like. There's lots of perfume left on this. And I would take the little stems off. I probably wouldn't use like this big thick stem, but I would cut off the little twiggy ones and save those for when I make like a stew or soup or anything that's going to cook for a long time, that, you know, you just throw the little sticks in there, and then you can fish them out more easily. Excuse me. So, that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. You dry, you cut the basil, you put it to dry. You can use a dehydrator if you like, but it's not necessary. It would be quicker, I guess. And then you just put it away. And you have very delicious basil for your stews, your soups, your sauces, whatever you want. That's it. Thanks for watching.